Hello and welcome back to yet another stream of level 99 specifically. Hang on just 1 second. I am closing a few windows to ensure that I don't have problems. Perfect. Love to see it. Let's hop on over to our Kingdom Hearts stream and not accidentally hit the stop streaming button. Good lord. In fairness and in my defense, I have been off and on awake since 2 a.m. This is not a joke. I have been half awake since about 2 a.m. and I finally gave up when it got to 4 a.m. I was staring at my phone trying to figure out how the hell to get myself back to sleep. Because remember how I said the other day that I flipped my mattress because it was sinking in and everything like that? I rolled back into the pit again. I have no idea right now how to combat this. I'm gonna have to come up with a new plan and course of action for combating my inability to stay, to refresh my bed, because basically I feel like I'm sleeping on a slant, like a slope, and unfortunately, it's funny, I can sleep on solid, flat, paved stone. I can sleep sitting up cross-legged, leaning a little bit to the side on a ledge, like a little ledge on the side of a building. I cannot sleep on a slope. In fairness, I bet if it was my feet being downhill instead of like my body slightly tilted downhill like I'm about to roll down a hill, then it'd be fine, but yeah. Also, wow, I said I was gonna aim for below 11k and we started off with like what? Let me just take a little look-a-roo at that. Okay, Jesus. Hello? Bro. I'm getting bullied. Not by, okay. Okay, 238, 30. 38 plus 8. 42? Yeah, it's probably something like that. I literally did the calculations yesterday, but no. I believe that would be 46, actually. Yeah, 38, 46. So, 16,346 or so. I think that's the rough estimate. Yeah. No, 16,246. That's the rough estimate of what we had last time. I should write that down. Nah, I'm not going to do math this time. I'm just going to assume that from 10,000 and below, if I get to that, I will be at 5,000 XP plus. Well, actually from, okay, 16 minus 5, that would be, no, that would be 11,000. So below 11,000 would be lovely, actually. Huh. I did do my math correctly, even if I didn't remember. I wouldn't say joke's on me, because I actually managed to nail the general idea of what's going on. Also, for those who aren't very familiar with this, hi, I'm YellowFang42. I have been grinding level 99 for nearly 200 hours right now. In this teeny tiny enclosed space. This is not a joke. I only started streaming it on a regular basis from level 19 onwards, because I took a very long break between when I started and here. And that is because I had university and a degree to get. And then I was like, hey, I want to stream again and actually get myself on a good schedule. What can I do? Well, if I'm trying to do a bunch of different ideas and coming up with what I need to stream, I'm gonna lose my marbles. And then I'm like, hey, level 99 stream grind. Perfect. And so now we're here, and I am still sticking to the grind now that I have a nice little schedule laid out for me. I like the time of day. The number of days works for me. I can settle down. It's honestly the best timing for me. Plus, at this particular time of day, I am least expected to do any additional things. So this is the least likely to be interrupted schedule for me. which is absolutely perfect. Originally, I was doing, like, trying to do, like, maybe 5 streams a week, trying to play out a 9 to 5, or, like, a 2-hour, a 2 to 5? I guess it wouldn't be really a 9 to 5, it'd be more like a 9 to... Wait, no, we're not going there. Basically on the level of a part-time thing. Although I don't think it would be a part-time thing. I think it would have to be 4 hours on 5 days a week or so. Yeah, that would be a 20-hour week. That would be a part-time. I mean, it's technically still part-time. Christ, 10 hours. We only stream about a little over 6 or 8 hours in a week, depending on how long I push these and the later streams. It's a grand old time. Also, since I started to lose my sanity about like 3 months in, I decided to also, on Thursdays, do a different game. Currently we are on Dream Drop Distance, my very first playthrough of it, like a proper playthrough of the HD remix. Okay, these guys are gunning for me today. Which, I mean, I don't mind, but I'd like them to calm down for a minute. Anyway, Thursdays we do Dream Drop Distance. Previously it was Birth by Sleep with my really shitty controller because it had a tendency to cause me problems. I managed to figure out what the problem was. The problem was technically me, but it can still do the command roulette. I just don't press on the button as much. I don't make the command deck spin as often. It has spun on me a couple times while playing Dream Drop Distance though. So, it's been a grand old time. Speaking of that, we have to finish off the grid for Sora, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do Prankster's Paradise as Riku until Sora is done. I could also do the thing that I said I was going to do a while ago, or considered doing, where I try to race ahead as Riku. Just to shake things up. Also, I'm just going to run out the time on the drops so that... Oh god, voice crack. Good lord. I do apologize. I appear to be having a slight difficulty, not necessarily breathing, but hang on, let me clear my throat a little bit. Yep, that was incredibly necessary. But I did consider a while ago playing through the entirety of Riku's story and then catching up as Sora, but I don't think the game was going to let me do that at a certain point. I think there are certain milestones you have to hit to progress. I do know at a certain point Sora just auto-drops. Or Riku just auto-drops to a certain point. Maybe? Yeah. That's when you play catch up, from what I heard. We'll see what the chaos brings for me on Thursday. In the meantime, level grind. We've already got like 200 XP down the run. Good job, brain. Thanks. I actually managed to accomplish some of the things on my list. Just a few. I didn't find a particular... There was a particular type of shoe that I was looking for, but I think I'm gonna have to do some online searching instead. I went to a couple of different... Not too many retail stores, but I went to a couple of different stores, but I think the type of shoes that I'm looking for, specifically flats, flat shoes, those ones are gonna be a little bit tricky to find. I did see a pair that could work, but I was kind of on the fence about it. Just because I'm hoping for like a little metallic sheen on the shoe. It's for a costume. Also, I'm trying to figure out how to dress up a particular item of clothing for the Hera costume, because I do have something. It's a dress, and it was actually made in Greece and purchased in Greece that one time that I went there. Can you guys please attack me properly? Please? I'm begging for a good amount of damage. The fellas like 2 turns ago did excellently and almost scared the daylights out of me, but these ones... yeah. But yeah, I think I need to add a few more fabric-related accessories before I can say, okay, this version of the Hera costume is way better than the previous one. It's not too high of a bar to clear. I did like it's a closet cosplay, so yeah. Closet cosplays are fun. It's just use whatever you currently have to put an outfit together for a character. That's somewhat similar. How's the vibes? I think those are always really creative. I'm not knocking the people who make theirs by hand. I am very proud of the people who make theirs by hand. You also scare me, people. Yeah. Oh, I did actually finally follow through on getting the equipment that I need to be able to record gameplay or live stream gameplay from the desktop, so it'll actually show up. So the primary monitor will basically, it's the same thing that I did a while ago when I did a New Year's stream. This was like ages ago, a New Year's stream of a game that was on a PC. So it's all fine and dandy, and I just gotta make sure to do the setup so then the game boots up on the television instead of the small monitor where I'll be managing the stream. And then I'll just have the keyboard and mouse set up in front of me as if I'm at a desk. Which I can do because it's a remote one. Yay! It's wireless. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. I might struggle with latency at times, but it'll be fine. It'll be just fine. But yeah, I'm gonna have to poke around with that either later tonight or tomorrow, where I do a little messing around with the gameplay screens. Also, to follow up on another discussion that I had on the previous stream about what to do about the stream start screens, I do actually have a general idea of what I want the backgrounds to look like. I need to review a couple of sketchbooks, because what I used to do, and for some reason I always sketch way better on things that aren't meant to be drawn on. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's perfectionism getting in the way. Anyway, I used to, there was this one time I drew this gorgeous background on a manila folder. I don't know where it is now, but I drew something similar in one of my sketchbooks, and I think I'm gonna use that as a baseline for what I want for the background. Because then, once I figure out the baseline of the background, I can then deal with the color choices and so forth, and blending and stuff. It'll be a little bit, just a wee bit of shenanigans, but it'll be fine. I genuinely am looking forward to messing with those, and then eventually also drafting up the little silhouettes to show up in the background. Just 'cause. Oh, goodness sakes. Alright, excellent. Yeah, overall I've had a very interesting and frankly very very long day, so I am very much going to hope and pray that I don't wake up in the middle of the night tonight, because I don't think I'll be able to go back to sleep if I do. Either that, or if I do, I'm just gonna give up and sleep on the wrong side of the bed for myself and regret everything. Really? I'm just gonna ignore you. Well, I can't ignore them now. Can't ignore them now. Well, I mean, I can. Oh, they're gone. Ouch. Goodness sakes. But yeah, I did not like waking up that freaking early. I also had to resolve a little problem that resulted from, like, the briefest of power outages. God help me if there is one, because I think I will actually just start cussing out the screen if that happens. I might periodically save during the stream just because of those little scares. They happen usually, like, in the early hours, but still puts me a little on edge. Good golly. But I had to do a little bit of troubleshooting with some, with the watering schedule again. I am the lord of the watering schedule in the household, so I have to keep an eye on, basically just gotta check in on the irrigation times every once in a while, make sure it's all in order, make sure the amount of minutes on each zone is correct. And then at the beginning of spring, when it's time for sprinklers to come out, lovely. But at the beginning of spring, I need to do a little test run for each, see if there's any damaged sprinkler heads and stuff. I think I'm gonna have to go through a couple of them and either clean them up or replace them, because there's a couple of them that are just sticking and they're really pissing me off because of that. I'm not looking forward to physically working with them. I like managing them. I do not like physically fixing them. They're a pain in the ass. Oh, good golly. I feel like I should be expecting a message from someone right about now, but I haven't gotten a call or a message about it. And it's actually making me a little bit worried. Because then it's like, well, I did a thing for no freaking reason. And I'd rather not it be for no reason. Because if it starts becoming a problem again, if it becomes a problem, I'm gonna have words. It'll probably be just fine. I also finally started going through my wardrobe and thinking, okay, there's a few things that I definitely haven't worn on a regular basis. There's like 3 skirts that I'm like, just like, I'm so sick of looking at these damn things and not wearing them because I can't bring myself to wear them. One of them, I just never find the occasion to wear them, and then the other 2, not only is there never an occasion to wear them, anytime I try to wear them, they just don't pair well with most of my shirts or blouses. I'm pretty sure there's probably a couple of them, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm sick of looking at them. Hello? Okay, neither of them wanted to be in reversal mode, so... You know what? Alright. So yeah, that, and then there's like a couple of shirts that I'm finally getting rid of because they either A, don't fit, or B, I would have to like modify them to feel like wearing them, and I'm just like, you know what? Someone else will appreciate this thing. Which is a shame, because 2 of them were gifts, but I think it's understandable over time. If the thing doesn't fit me anymore, I'm probably not going to have much reason to wear it. I could, in one of them, cut the collar to be bigger, but I just... It's also a little bit tricky, because I'm working with summer weather. I'm working with summer weather, so I'm a little less apt to getting rid of stuff, especially anything in the long sleeve department. If I haven't worn that in a while, it's because it's hot. Obviously, I'm not going to wear long sleeves when it's hot as hell. So that'll have to evaluate once it gets colder again. And then I eventually need to go through some jackets that I don't wear and do wear and so forth. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. It's a very difficult procedure because I'm like, I wear a lot of this stuff, or I wear this for specific occasions and things, and I'm like, gosh dang it, it's always that stupid what if I wear this later thing, and it's a problem. It's either sentiment or what ifs. It's so obnoxious. There are a couple of outfits that I'm like, you know what, I should probably just get rid of this thing because I am kind of sick of looking at it. Sort of deal. Which is really funny because one of them I got because I got a specific prop sword, and then I'm just like, well, I kind of don't want to wear this very often because it's a little bit too cozy on me. I got the wrong size and then I just never returned it because it took too freaking long to get there and I just kind of gave up. Note to self, don't do that. Well, future self, don't do that. This is why I don't do impulse purchases very often. Today I did not do an impulse purchase, thank God. I actually was very careful about my selection of clothing, and I was able to find at least 2 outfits. Because here's the thing. I have been regularly wearing pants for quite some time now because I didn't enjoy wearing skirts. This is obviously going to change a little bit because I want to feel cute. God knows I want to actually feel cute and enjoy the outfits that I wear and not just be like, yeah, okay, threw this on, boom, done. I want to put some thought into my outfit choices, okay? Sometimes a girl's gotta do some outfit stuff and feel fabulous and cool, you know? Good lord, what is this thing doing? Behave yourself. Fashion is a very surprisingly important ordeal. There's a reason why rich old fogies try to gatekeep specific fashion choices and statements and then immediately change once the less wealthy get into it. Once the knockoffs start coming in, they immediately ditch the fashion and we're like, this is no longer fashionable. We will pick something else because of exclusivity. And then of course there's fashion choices and colors and stuff like that. I think I finally figured out, like I'm not like adhering to it very strongly, but I think I'm either a spring or an autumn. It's one of the two. I'm definitely not a summer or a winter because I don't have cool toned skin. My skin is very warm toned. I am very sun coated. I wish I wasn't, but I am. I have a very sunny vibe, and it's not because of the blonde hair. It's literally my skin tone has a sunny kind of vibe. I don't have jaundice, don't worry. But I do have like warm undertones, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. I have warm undertones. I'm not quite in the neutral zone. So I think I'm in the autumn range because a lot of the stuff that springs are basically, I look really washed out in pastels. I do not look good in pastels, and particularly the color yellow, I do not look good in. I don't look good in highlighter colors, basically. Any neons? Hell nah. Get me away from those damn neons. I will get washed out badly. Also, earth tones suit me really well. I really like earth tones. Those are just great. Becoming one with nature. It's always a classic. Yeah. Yeah. There's also the matter of getting more secure in my physical form in general, just because my religious upbringing restricted fashion choices. I know a lot of folks will say, oh, but you had a choice. Yeah. I didn't feel like I had one, actually, because if I didn't make the right choice, I say with air quotes, I would get shamed and be like, is that really... I don't know. I'm trying to think of a phrasing that would be used. It's like, oh, you might be tempting the boys. It's not very modest. Your shoulders are showing. Or something like that. It's just like... First of all, my shoulders are one of my strongest frickin' features. I mean, I don't have big old shoulder pad ass shoulders. I mean, I don't need shoulder pads. If I was in the 80s, I would have to clip out the shoulder pads because I would not need them. I got some broad ass shoulders. They are strong. That natural strength comes through. I really do need to start working out again so that I can just be, like, jacked for no reason. It's fun to be really jacked in a profession that you don't need to be. Like, think about it. Clark Kent is a whole beefcake and man works for the Daily Planet. I mean, technically he's also Superman, but to everybody else it's just like, oh yeah, Kansas farm boy. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but he's a reporter. He doesn't have to be beefy. That sort of thing. It's funny. It's funny, okay? So, fashion stuff. Working on trying to regain some confidence and also find my own sense of style. Because it was just kind of oh, whatever I think is cute and whatever is modest. Those were my two criteria. I am not joking. For the longest time, that was my only criteria. Is it modest? And does it look cute on me? Does it make me look nice at least? Do people say, oh, you look so cute in that? Okay, perfect. Now I'm just like, okay, do I look good? Do I feel good? Do I get all smiley and giggly when I put on the item of clothing and think, oh my gosh, I know exactly what to pair this with? Like this, oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's not a pinafore skirt, but that's the first thing I can think of. It's kind of like overalls, but instead of, like, legs, it's skirt. I got that. And I was like, oh, I know exactly two different shirts that I could totally pair this with. And oh my gosh, they look so cute with it. It's so adorable. And it's nice and comfy with me. It's, oh my gosh. It's so adorable. And then I remembered that I also had this little lace overskirt thing. And I'm like, oh, I have got to try this. Put it on under the skirt so that it, like, comes out under it. Oh, it pairs so well. It's such a cute outfit. I freaking love it. It's just, it's the little things, okay? It's the little things. I am very, very happy about it. I don't know when I'm going to wear the outfit, but I'm going to try to wear the outfits more often. Obviously not when I'm doing any sort of yard work. That is a, I want to go out and have fun. And I also got this other shirt, which is like, I didn't think I was going to enjoy a shirt that has ruffles, but the ruffles are actually tastefully done. I'm always a little bit apprehensive about shirts that have the ruffles on the chest because I'm like, I do not need that. I am fine. I do not need to make things look more elevated than they already are. I love how I'm just dancing around specific wordings. I love that. 10 out of 10. Yeah. Another reason why I'm trying to find my sense of style and stuff is because I have a little bit of it's not as like severe as some folks have to deal with, but I do have some body dysmorphia issues, unfortunately. And it was during, and it did escalate from like an initial decline in my physicality and not doing exercise and stuff like that, and just kind of like dropping into survivability mode to get through graduation and also continue working. Basically running on empty fumes. I don't have time and energy for exercise. Who am I kidding? So of course, yeah. Unfortunately, the diet culture finally caught up with me. It didn't get me fully though. I've been fist fighting it the entire way because I do not want the consequences of those actions. I have, though, at least changed up my diet to include a lot more vegetables. Because honestly, well-made vegetables are really freaking tasty. Take the broccoli I just had today. Holy shit, that stuff tastes so freaking good. You steam the broccoli or bake it just right? It's the good shit. You gotta put salt, pepper, and basil on it. And you gotta like have a little olive oil and then maybe some remnants of what you mixed some chopped up potatoes in, because that's what I did. I ran out of seasoned salt and my foolish self did not get more seasoned salt. I completely spaced on that when I went shopping the other day and I'm like, damn it. No. It's okay. I'll get them next time. I'm gonna have to get some other things another day. But yeah. Also, the change in diet is also so that I don't get sick and tired of my same old stuff. Because you know what I used to do? I used to just mostly eat pasta all the freaking time. It was just pasta, mashed potatoes, and that's it. Maybe chicken and fries hasn't left me, thankfully. Chicken and fries, I don't think it'll ever truly fully go away. That one's just a staple for life, honestly. Potato-based stuff is pretty good, actually. But I've made sure to try to incorporate more vegetables into my diet just for my own personal benefit. Also, they're tasty when they're made good. Again. So freaking delicious. Holy shit. I wonder if I try the asparagus wrapped in bacon again, and maybe I might give that one another go. It's a little up in the air. I think the problem that I had the first time is I didn't chop up the stalks like I was supposed to, so that's part of the problem. So the next time I make asparagus, I'm chopping up the stalks a little bit, cutting off the bottom sections, and then wrapping it in the bacon and stuff and all that jazz. That'd be kind of a fun thing to do. I could also enjoy that delicious unholy abomination called a chicken parmesan lasagna type thing. That was so good. It was so ridiculous, but it was so freaking good. I genuinely miss having that dish. The only problem is that it takes up so much room in the fridge unless I don't store it in the pan that I cooked it in. I could probably just do that the next time I make it. Just scoop it all into a container instead to save myself some sanity. That probably would work just fine. I'll have to see if marinara is gonna kill me again, but it seems to be fine for now. I think part of it is just not eating it too frequently, so I should be fine. Yeah. Yeah. Gosh, I am so glad that I didn't start having I didn't have the spiral during the early days of horrendous, and I mean horrendous, diet culture. It's coming back with a horrific vengeance now. Like, the second Ozempic became a thing and was known more for a weight loss drug than being for diabetics, holy shit, it came back swinging. Yikes. I'm just like, oh, it's this again. Haha. I'm in danger. I am very much in danger. So, yeah, I'm very much being kept on my toes, making sure I pay attention, make sure I eat full and proper meals that are both delicious and absolutely nutritious. I cannot stand to eat a blander. Not really. Okay, I can stand bland, but I can't stand a crappy tasting meal. I can't do it. I would do it to survive. There are certain things I wouldn't be able to physically eat just because I would end up losing it, but... And I mean, by losing it, I don't mean losing my mind, I mean like physically losing it. Like, there are certain things that I physically cannot eat because I'm just like, ugh, gross. And it's not like a pickiness factor, it's like my brain is just like, nope! Hell nah! The joy and wonder of the digestive system and the human body and soul. How it confuses and baffles me. It's fine though, I'll live. Oh, good golly. Primes. Anyway. I just keep thinking about that one time, just one level that had a bunch of stuff divisible by 8, and it lives rent-free in my head. And I'm trying to think of, okay, what number is this particular set of XP divisible by? I think it was 6 last round. It wasn't 10, I think it was 6. Part of me thinks it's 10, but the other part of me thinks it's 6. There's a lot of 6s involved. No, that can't be right. Well, I mean, 42. You know, see, it's always a it's always a dice roll. There's probably some sort of mathematical equation to figuring out what section of numbers is divisible by something when working against 8s. Oh, that's why I'm all over the place. Okay. Sorry, I was holding my controller really weird and just confusing myself with why I wasn't being able to straighten myself out. Wow, stability. Alright, there we go. Perfect. I do need to get back into physical exercise, not necessarily for any, like, body image issues. I mean, there is some of that, but it's mostly for... I want to be able to do physical things like I used to. I would like to be able to lift heavier things like I did before. I can still lift some pretty heavy stuff. I still have some strength. I'm pretty sure I snapped a bolt just the other day. Trying to cut down a rose bush. Not like the whole thing, just a part of it. That reminds me, I need to figure out what length of bolts that needs to be and then hammer that out. Otherwise I'm not going to have usable giant clippers for rosebush trimming, and I really need that thing. I really need that thing in the coming months. Whee! Yeah. Like I said, I still haven't played Dance Dance Revolution in a while. I think I'll see how I feel tomorrow. That's what I'll do. I'll see if I'm not still wiped out somehow because for some reason my brain decided it's time for 2 a.m. and no sleep for you, sucker. Just constant discomfort. It's the worst. If I didn't need a grind guard at night, I'd probably be better off, but unfortunately I very much require the grind guard. It is very necessary. Otherwise, I will snap my permanent retainer and my bottom teeth will start turning into mess. They will snaggle all over the place. I have been very faithful with my retainers. The plastic ones. They're basically my effective grind guard. I need to... I don't know how to deal with it at this point. Alright, cool. Yeah, hopefully I don't have any discomfort trying to sleep tonight. I can't make any promises to myself, but I will try. I will try my damnedest. Because I need the sleep. I need the sleep so bad. Honestly, I'm very surprised at how well I'm functioning at the moment. It's genuinely a shock to me how well I'm functioning. Which means I must have managed to swing just the right timing for the cycle of REM sleep for my half awake, half asleep shenanigans. Alright, come on. There we go. Ah, good golly. Oh, into the wall I go. I wonder if I should specify on the marquee that I'm in crit mode. That'd be kind of funny. Just be like, yep. Not only am I grinding to level 99 on one of the worst games to level grind 99 for, but also... I say one of, well, in Kingdom Hearts. I don't talk about Birth by Sleep. Birth by Sleep, you have XP Walker as an option if you meld your commands right. Like, that's an option to get level 99, and you have to get it, like, 3 times. What is 2 million XP? Freaking insanity. That and the crit mode is gonna really do me in. I am sincerely hoping that by the time I finish, I'll probably be in a decent condition to be able to pull it off. I should be fine. Oh, criminy. Let me take a look at that, actually. Okay, that should be fine. Yep. Okay. Huh. I was looking at a little schedule piece and making sure that all was in order. Turns out it is in order. That reminds me... Wait, when is that? What day? Okay, we're good. I had to make sure that something on a schedule wasn't coming up tomorrow or so. I have I have eased my soul, and I will not have to send reminders. Thank goodness. What a beautiful day to fight the same 10 dusks repeatedly, to inch ever so closer to level 99, but in a more currently realistic goal, level 53 out of 99. Fantastic. And to think we're about 2,000 XP worth in already, because we started about like 16,242 or something like that. Yeah, that sounds about right. No, 246. 42 is if I got a 4 on the first swing, but no, it was 46. So 16,246 is our magic number that we have already beaten, obviously, because we left that number the moment we started the stream. And now we're gonna figure out if we can get to, let's hope for 11,000 flat. I want to go for at least 11,000 flat because I want to see if I can pull it off. Oh, into the wall I go. Once again, I am super excited about doing some modifications to the stream screens. Don't get me wrong, I like what I have, but I think I want things to be a little bit more coherent. And more suit my existence as a being. That sounds so silly out of any sort of context. I'm taking every opportunity to swing. Alright, we're gonna already be at 13. Well, actually, it's below 13. Not 13, 14,000. Below 14,000, here we come. Nice. Okay, that's approximately. If I get 3 at 8, no, I have to get 4 regardless. Well, 4 at 8 for that, but in the case of if it was like all 4s for some reason, it would have to be 7. Because it would have to go over 26. And 4 and 7 is 28. I love how this specific challenge has made me just more on top of mental math than I used to be. Well, more on top of math than I've been in a long time. It's amazing how much XP goes down when you're working in 80s instead of 40s, because we could be working in 40s, but we're working in 80s as much as possible, which does of course take more time, but the XP boost is giving us double the amount of XP, so I would take that any day. Because it means we get the number faster. The actual time is irrelevant because, I'm gonna be honest, time is indeed relative. And I have physically felt time become relative. Either I am faster than time, or I am slower than time. When I'm slower than time, oh dear God. I do not like when I am slower than time. That's when the time accordion stretches out. When the time accordion compresses, oh man, Those are the good times. Interesting. I just randomly had vague memories of my family sometimes driving up to visit an aunt's place or an uncle's place. Just random vague memory of that popping up. Including one time we visited my aunts from my dad's side. And I can't remember the context, but we ended up watching, I think it was either Blackadder or Fawlty Towers. Yeah, it was Fawlty Towers. We watched Fawlty Towers for a bit. I think I'd be able to appreciate it more now. There are certain shows that experience and time just make it way more entertaining. Oh. 50. Interesting. 6 and 8 is 48. I wonder if this is supposed to be just divisible by 10. I do wonder. I wish I could stop being constantly hungry for a little bit. I am craving food, but I think it's because the other day when I ate popcorn on stream, I'm just like, ooh, I want to eat more food on stream, and I'm trying not to do that because I don't want to get in the habit of constantly crunching food in y'all's ears. It's fine and dandy to eat every once in a while on stream, but I don't want to make it a habit. Even though I love food. Food is so good. I love it. It's the best. It's the beautiful sustenance that gives me life and fuels my soul. Well, more like fuels my body, but it heals the soul depending on the food. Like ice cream. I always say it's the mortar that fills the cracks in the soul. I do understand for folks who don't eat ice cream or can't eat it, there's probably some different dessert that is the mortar that fills the cracks in your soul. And if you haven't found that yet, I suggest finding it. Finding a decent little comfort food that you can enjoy every once in a while is priceless. 1 second. I do apologize. I go from, I keep penduluming from different versions of not being able to breathe properly, unfortunately. And I went from, too much to too little. Dried out throat is nasty. Ugh. Very uncomfortable. Wee. I better sleep good tonight or I'm gonna be pissed. Hey puppy! Hello. I have been graced with a puppy's presence. Life is good. Very good. Ow. It's funny, I keep going from overheating to freezing. It's not so fun for me. If I do this right, instead of an ending in a 90, it'll end in a 40. I don't think I did that right. No, it would end in a 50, you dork. You're subtracting 40. Well, at least nothing has changed from me forgetting which numbers are where. There we go. That makes a hell of a lot more sense. It's 40. Jeez Louise. And then this one, provided I do it right, the next two, it'll end in 10. Oh my gosh. Now, I could be wrong, but I think I'm actually nearly fallen asleep a couple times there. Also, one of my knees is mad at me again, but that's nothing new. Huh. I need to be careful. I just had the falling asleep shockwave hit. 2 a.m. is finally getting to me. I think I've been awake for over 12 hours. Probably over 16. Let's see. Yeah, 2, 16, 24. Yeah, that would do it. That indeed would do it. And 2 plus 4 is 6. What clocks are base 12? Ah, Christ. What's funny is I don't feel tired, but I sense the sleepy, like, slowly looming over the horizon, like an ominous specter or something. I think that's the vibe I'm getting. Christ almighty, frickin' OBS, don't do that. Thank you for hitting me into the orbs. I don't want to give myself any caffeinated substances because if I do that, that's just gonna make the lack of sleep a hell of a lot worse tonight. And I'd like to be able to sleep a little bit, just a little bit, you know? Okay, there we go. My number crunch is vetted. I do need to take some more damage though. I absorbed too many orbs. Got just a little bit too healthy. Hello, puppy. Hi. Okay. Ugh. I'm gonna do two things really quick. I'm gonna do a partway save just because of my own caution with power. I just have this feeling in my soul to go and take care of that. I'm gonna save it for a second. We're not done. We are by no means anywhere near done. But I want to make sure there's at least one copy of the file saved. Okay. Now that we got that, how far are we? 407. We're 30,000 from 500,000. That's amazing. Okay. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take care of a couple of things. I'm not gonna give you the be right back screen because it's just gonna be a really short hop over. Actually, maybe I should give you the be right back screen. Alright, I'm gonna give you the be right back. I'll be right back. Alright, there we go, we're back. Alright, let me get settled right back in and cozy. While not being too cold, but also not being too warm and comfy. It's a delicate balance. A very delicate balance. Alright. Let's continue. Now that may have thrown off the pace slightly, but I have full and complete faith that we'll be just fine. Really? Couldn't do me the courtesy of a proper damage hit? There we go. Come here. Okay, you know what? That's enough for that one. And then... Okay, that's good enough. I can get more damage. From these three! Yay! After all, I only need half health or less. I better sleep good tonight or I'm gonna be mad. I'll be mad tomorrow. Too many Orbeez. Dang it. Yeah. I had to do that get up and walk around break there because, one, the puppies needed attention, and two, I could feel the blips of falling asleep and I'm like, oh no. Also, I have some relief in knowing that I have saved some of my progress so far. I don't want any surprises. Oh, that's gonna bug me. Okay. I should fix that before it starts bothering me and I start... Basically, mouse hovering over taskbar window so it highlights the window that I'm using, which is OBS. Ugh. And I don't like when it highlights like that, because then it's distracting. On the bright side, I don't get distracted by OBS. That's the bright side. I wonder if for the screens, the background screens, I wonder if I can like give the illusion of the sky moving a little bit, like give some gradients. Maybe loop some clouds or something like that. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. The fact of the matter is I'm currently doing all this by myself. It's just me and the creative team. I am the only person on the creative team for this. Whee! As much as I want to, I don't think I'm gonna do any writing tonight. It just ain't happening. The schedule didn't allow for it. Nice. There we go. Alright, this is, I need to take damage. I think I got 11 HP instead of 10. Whee! Wow. The reason I say wow is I'm thinking, wow, I started at the beginning with 16,246, and we are now down to 13,226. So a little over 3,040 XP. Honestly, that's pretty damn good, in my opinion. I gotta be careful about staying awake. I can tell that... I'm pretty sure after doing all of my post-stream stuff, I think I'm gonna have to just send myself to bed. I think that's all I can do. Because I sense the dozing, so as soon as I'm done with all my post-stream shenanigans, I'll just put myself to bed. It'll be nice. Yeah, there's a cognitive decline actively happening as I speak. I can feel my brain trying to fall asleep, and it's like, girl, I've still got about 2,000 XP that I want to grind through. I want to get at or below 11,000 XP remaining. That would be so freaking awesome. Honestly, preferably below. Below 11,000, like I said, with the stream title aiming below 11k remaining, that would be sick. Because you know what that means, is if I aim for below 11k, if I really kick it into overdrive next week, we might be able to get into level 53 next week. Emphasis on might. I emphasize that very, very clearly because there's always a possibility. I could also just enforce that I do get to level 53 next week by making it a full level 99 stream week, but we'll see. We'll see. Nice. I have half a mind to put a show that I'm familiar with on and just fall asleep to that. But it'd have to be one I'm familiar with and one I'm fine falling asleep to. And that's always tricky. That is a very tricky business. I mean, I'm not completely limited in my options. I can do whatever. I haven't watched Scott Pilgrim vs. the World in a long time. It's a very interesting adaptation of the comics. The comics are pretty good. Okay, in the original format, the comics are pretty good. The movie was good as an adaptation, and Edgar Wright knocked it out of the friggin' park with the cinematics and so forth. And then, I'm not too familiar with the game adaptation, but I heard it was pretty good. And then the animated series on Netflix takes off. That one is also really good because it's a different iteration. I like that the story is told differently each time. There's something kind of magical about the fact that the story is told differently each medium. It's kind of like also, I believe, okay, I do know a few things about the video game version. Just a very fair few is that depending on which character you primarily play as, it gives you a different ending. I can't remember which one is the true ending, though. I don't think it's the one where you play as Sky. I think it's the one where you play as Ramota that's the true ending, according to the game. Alright, come on, bring it on. I didn't save a level 50 file. Oh well. I think I already addressed this a while ago, but I think I was just like, by the time I got to level 50, I was like, I'm not doing a test run. There's already damage caps on the bosses. Hayner's the one that's gonna get absolutely freaking destroyed, and it's gonna be the funniest shit on the planet. But there's still damage caps. But I won't be doing chip damage to anyone. There will be no chips in this. I will be doing a lot. I will be causing so many problems to the enemies on purpose. I am already a problem. Hey, we're already at 12,000-ish. Huh. Now that I actually wear my, now that I actually send the sound to my headphones instead of just primarily using it as a headset mic, I noticed there's like a when they like flip up and over your head. Not that one. Yeah. It's not that one. It's when they go basketball mode. Would you kindly go basketball mode for me, sir? Go basketball. Come on. What the hell? No. You know what? I'll get somebody else. Hang on. We're gonna try to get one of them to go basketball mode, but that one was being completely uncooperative and just wanted to swing. Which, I mean, I guess fair. Fair. Usually I demand them to start swinging and stop dawdling, so. They're listening. Not actually. Oh boy. Okay, one of you basketball on me. Okay. I'm not gonna risk my health just for that. Okay, we're just being efficient because nobody wants to be a basketball right now. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. But I would like a volleyball out of one of you dusks. Come here. Interesting. Was it just that one instant? Or was it because of a specific pattern movement that they... wonder if there was a specific pattern movement that I missed. I could have also just misheard it. It is a possibility. It is in my realm of experience and possibility. Ugh. Well, that random sound is gonna haunt me for the rest of my days. I wonder if those racquetball courts are still around. There were these racquetball courts where they had like smaller doors to like, you had to kind of scrunch down to walk into them. I wonder, and you could play racquetball like you hit the ball against the wall and stuff and bounce back and like pass it back and forth. Kind of like tennis, except there's a wall instead. Oh shit. That's okay. That'd be kind of fun to do. Also, it was really cool in the place that I remember them because there was like a hallway on the second floor and you could look over at the racquetball courts. You could observe from above very ominously. And there were two courts that looked especially fancy. Some gyms just have a sort of experience. I wouldn't say it's like a liminal space or anything, but it's the only thing I can think of. What always trips me out is the entrance to the place has been modified a couple of times. So I like, oh yeah, I forgot it used to look like this, but now it looks like this. It's a very, it's an experience to say the least, to be like, oh yeah, I forgot it used to look like something else. I actually have full confidence that I'm gonna sleep really damn good tonight. Because I have been up for a long ass time. To be fair, between the hours of like 2:30 and 3, I was kind of like half asleep, half awake. But by the time I hit 4 or something like that, I kind of gave up at that point. There we go. That's the proper sleepiness I should have been feeling. I'm glad I didn't feel it too heavy today because I did need to get some stuff done and I was able to get it done. And now I am no longer limited in my options of gameplay recording and streaming. I can use my PC again to stream gameplay, not only stream it, but also play on the console thing. Ow. Nice. Orbeez. Orbeez, Orbeez, everywhere. So many Orbeez. Oh. They fly through the air. I need to go and have an experience again. To be fair, I did have something of an experience today. It was battling my body dysmorphia through the power of fashion. And it worked. I had to tell that mean little voice in my head to shut up and just chill out. And it did actually chill out. And I'm glad of it. I'm very glad about it. I tried out a couple of pieces that I didn't think I would be wanting to wear on a regular, but honestly, damn, I look cute in both of them. It's one thing to wear a article of clothing, it's another to style it. Styling is very important. Also, the best part, the one with the skirt, it has pockets. So I'm in heaven that there's pockets. And they're good pockets. They're not just like pockets. Like, I almost didn't know that there were pockets in the first place. I was like, huh, I wonder if there's pockets, and I like searched the seam for an opening and I found the opening on both sides and I'm like, yes, pockets! Also, I love the fact that the pockets are subtle too. So I can actually like put stuff in them. Like a Babel cheese. I'm just kidding, I don't eat Babel cheeses. They've always been such a fascinating thing, but it's mostly because of the shape of Babel cheese rather than the actual cheese itself. You may fascinate a woman by giving her a piece of cheese. I do not remember for the life of me what book that is from, but it is so freaking funny, and I'm pretty sure that would work on a lot of people. That would work on a lot of women. Hey, 1, 2, 3, 9. I don't know what it is about 1, 2, 3, 9, 4 that was fancy to my brain, but it was just like, ah, yes, this is a nice number. Oh shoot, I just realized if I wanted to make a phone call to a place, I cannot make a phone call now. I'll have to wait till tomorrow and figure out whether or not I need to do something about that. Basically, I just need to fill a prescription, and sometimes the prescription texts come through and it's all fine and dandy. And then sometimes the prescription texts do not come through, and then I'm like, can I pick it up yet? Can I pick up the script? Is it a yes or a no? I need to get the script soon, I'm almost out. I am very dedicated about making sure I order it a little early, but yeah, I would like to take care of that ASAP. That would be very, very desirable to take care of it as soon as possible. Oh. I had to do a bit of computer modification just the other day. I think I don't remember if I talked about this yesterday. But I did a little bit of computer modification because bloatware and AI snapshots and stuff, not discerning between whether or not to hide sensitive information, you know, because they just really want to sell it to the highest bidder. Anyway, so I took care of that, and I felt like the baddest bitch in the world for mucking about in PowerShell. And then also the registry editor. I'm just like, oh, this is nice. It's not trying to search the web for shit. I can actually just search just my computer, you know, like a normal person. It's not pinging stuff. Also, I told Copilot to fuck off, and it's the best thing ever. Copilot is honestly the worst. I fucking hate that thing. I would like the most stripped down version of Windows, please. I would love a stripped down version. I don't want those stupid ass features. I just want a good operating system that runs my shit and doesn't try to collect my data to sell to the highest bidder. I can't believe that's too much to ask of shareholding companies and whatnot, but apparently it's too much to ask because all they care about is money. They're just like, I want more, infinite growth. There is not an infinite number of people on this planet. There is a limited number of people on this planet and also a limited number of people that can be on this planet. It's a whole ecology thing of the limit of, like, inhabitants in an ecosystem. There is a limit to the inhabitants that can be in an ecosystem. Because at a certain point, the resources are not sustainable. And the thing is we have some folks who are just eating everything. And they suck. And they're snobby losers who need a reality check. And a stub toe. Curse of permanent stub toe be upon these rude beings. Hi! Hello, pup! What's up? What's going on? I'm not usually graced with that pup's presence, so I feel very honored. I hope there wasn't an explosion nearby. I do apologize. My brain is deciding it's time to sleep. This is not the time to sleep, my dear, unfortunately. Hang on a second, so... Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... Oh. Oh my god. Wait, hang on. 30, 31, 35, 36, 30, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 30, 9, 30, 10, 11, 30, 12, 30, 13, 30, 14, 30, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20. Oh shit. Huh. 6. Sorry. I was just doing a rough calculation of how many hours till I hit 24. Oh dear god, I've been up for like 18 hours at least. Oh my god. Oh god. Hi, puppy. Did you sense my plight? You're a good dog. I kind of doubt that he did. Hey, look, we're gonna hit 11,000. Look at us go. We're freaking cruising. Going fast as fuck, boy. Whee! Wow! And that's even with a midstream break, which I say accomplishment. Ow. And within a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, because that's 12,000. Yep. Fan-freaking-tastic, because at 12,000 and something. Yeah, we hit 4,000 XP a little while ago. Okay, yay! I should get the calculator out. That's what I was gonna do earlier! See, this is what happens when you don't get enough sleep. You have cognitive decline. Thankfully, this is the least damaging cognitive decline I've had in a while. Okay, let me do the 16,000, and then it was 246 at the end of last stream. There we go. Just proof that I have the thing. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's rock and roll, buckaroo! Ha! Nice. Alright, below 12,000, here we come! Strangely, 1000 XP doesn't seem as small in the scheme of things anymore. This is reminding me of how road trips are to me nowadays. A 3-hour road trip is a piece of cake. Like a 3 or 4 hour road trip, easy. 5-hour ones, they're alright, as long as I get a decent amount of breaks and I don't have to deal with a nightmare of a city. But like, I can knock out a 6-hour trip solo as long as I take a break every 2 hours to get up and stretch, use the bathroom, that sort of thing. 6-hour trips are a no-brainer for me. I used to do those on the reg at the end of semesters, because I would start off driving by myself, pick up whoever it is from the airport like 6 hours away, and then we'd continue on our journey later on. I still can't believe I did that. That was nuts. The point is, multiple cross-country journeys have made my perception of travel distorted. I do not fear crossing the entirety of the United States by car. In fact, I relish in the idea of doing it. The only thing I don't relish in is gas prices. Holy fucking shit. Terrifying. That's the most terrifying thing, honestly. Gas prices and then accommodations for overnight. Overnight accommodations are also kind of scary. Whee! I love and appreciate that my YouTube stream is slightly behind from present, solely because I can look back briefly and double check that yes indeed, I did in fact beat up the Dusks all the way through. I succeeded. I did a full run through. Everything is fine and dandy. It saves me a little bit of second guessing. I'm always glad to not second guess things. Nice. Ooh, I need to do some more. I need to take some more damage. So funniest thing that I did not bring up at all at the start of the stream, because I'm like, I don't really need to bring that up, but now I'm like, you know what, I want to bring it up. My skin has both a nightmare, it's a nightmare combo of it wants to be dry, it's dry, but it also, sometimes it gets a little oily, so every once in a while, I straight up wash my face, and I did that before the start of the stream, because I could just feel the oiliness vibe happening, and I was like, oh hell nah. Plus it's always nice to wash my face off with a little hot water, a little soap. Scrub off with a fresh, clean washcloth. Feels nice. Feels good. Oh shoot, I just realized as I get closer to winter I'm gonna have to figure out a type of soap that doesn't make my wrists dry out to hell, because I've been having problems with that for a couple years now, and I think I need to fix that before I crack open my wrist. It's not like a bad thing, it's just it just skin dries so much, it's split, it's not fun. That reminds me of this one time. It was kind of funny, but also kind of like a little bit jarring. So, my best friend and I, we were working on a board for a school project thing in one of the classrooms. And it was like winter, and it was cold and dry and stuff, you know, the usual. And the classroom door was open because we had like a little outdoor-ish thing going on with the campus. And at one point, I'm writing something down, and then just red drips onto the paper, and I'm like, hello? And I pull back my sleeve of my jacket, because the jacket I had is one of those ones where you can stick your thumb through a little thumb hole, rather than it being like cut or worn through like the classic jackets. I pull it back, and I'm like, oh, my hand is bleeding, and I excuse myself and go wash it out. And then I had a little bit of a Lady Macbeth moment where I'm like, out damn spa, out I say, because it wasn't washing off, and I'm just like, oh, it's just from this tiny little split, but I'm like, oh, huh. Dry hands make the hand bleed, and unfortunately I did not notice it until it was dripping, which is also kind of disturbing in and of itself. I'm just like, oh, how long has that been going on, if that's the case? Was this a swift thing, or was this this is happening for a little while? Like, how many minutes was I going with that? I always have to be a little bit careful when it comes to that. I'm like, oh dear. That's not supposed to be there. I need to... well, I can't really put it back. That's always the struggle. Once it's out, you can't really put it back. It's kind of like toothpaste. At least with the ones that are in the tube, and then there's the people who get a toothpaste bucket. I fear folks who can have a toothpaste bucket. Y'all scare me. Positively, of course. Might be slightly jealous, because like, damn, that's lucky. Oh, look at them sparkle away. Oh. I know they don't watch this, but I hope the creators and animators of this game, I hope they know how much I appreciate the little details, from the little sparks from damage to the sparks from them getting taken out, the little explosion sparkles from them getting eliminated. The little spawn sparkles too. All the separate animations that they pull. It's so cool. It's a very cool thing. Ooh. Yeah, a little bit of safety there. Yikes. I'm okay though. It'll be a while before we get second chance and once more. It's not until like level 60 something, like 68 or so. So it's gonna be a little while before we get that ability. That's gonna be so nice. I do need to remember to export my save data for this file, so then I have a copy set aside. Just to be like, hey, y'all want to, like, just throw it at speedrunners and be like, you want to have fun with this? Even though I picked sword, it's at level 99, so it doesn't matter anymore. I wonder if the 0 XP strat would matter because you're at level 99. The damage scaling would probably not go through as planned, I don't think, if it was the 0 XP thing. Because that's what happens with level 1 crit runs, or level 1 proud runs, basically level 1 difficulty runs where you gain no experience throughout the entire thing. It does some interesting things. Like damage scaling, of course, to make it easier over time, so you're not just doing chip damage as you go. They did a lot of preparation for that. Now that I think about it, the devs did a really good job with the playtesting to make it pretty solid. I mean, I think there are a couple of bugs or so. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've enjoyed me a good old speed run. At least the ones that occur during GDQ. Speaking of GDQ, is Summer Games Done Quick already done? Because I know AGDQ is at the beginning of the year, like during January or February. I think SGDQ already happened. I'll have to check. But it probably already happened. Those are always fun to watch. It's crazy how much it's grown from like a small group of people and awkwardness in the room to like a whole full-blown event with charities and MCs and stuff. Like, it's pretty solid. Very, very solid. It's cool. I gotta get 12,200 something. No, it's 11. I'm already at 11,000. I already passed 12,000. What am I saying? I'm getting hello? Huh? Below 11,000. We're happening. Oh no. The cognitive function has hit the decline. My brain has finally recognized that it has not slept in over 18 hours now. Holy shit, practically on the dot. Shit, dude. And I accomplished much today. I achieved replenishing my waffle stores. I made myself a delicious dinner and also set aside a serving for one of my family members because I always like sharing my cooking. And then I put the food away. And then earlier today, did some shopping. And I've started going through my closet to try to see what I can get myself to get rid of. I think there's a couple of shirts I've already eyeballed about getting rid of. I haven't figured out the pajama situation yet. I think I have a slight problem with the pajama issue. It's because I wear the same pajamas just multiple nights in a row because I learned you could do that, and I was just like, wow, I don't have to switch up pajamas every other freaking night. It saves me a little bit of grief dealing with laundry, but then the other part of me is like, girly pop, I beg of you to switch a little bit more frequently. Just, you know, just switch things up a little more often. We about to hit 5,000, baby! Let's go! 5,000 XP. Ow. I love how I'm trying to do math while I'm in cognitive decline. Alright, bada bing. Yeah, 38 plus 8. Yep, equals 46, 346. Wait a minute. Hang on, I have to confirm something with myself. Nope, 246. Because it was 38. I'm going down to hell. Because I finished the uphill. Yep, 238, so that and it plus 8 is 46. I am right! Okay. I have the numbers right. Thank God I don't need to do any driving for the rest of the evening. Holy shit. Okay, is that a shop vac or a no, that's a shop vac. I can, in fact, tell the difference between a shop vac and a backing electric car. There is a distinctive difference. Oh, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4. Although it's 11,234, but we hit like what, 5,000 XP now? Yeah. 5,000 XP, baby. Let's go. There's some magic up in here. Whee! In about 2 or 3 turns, as I say, provided we hit 80 each time. Yeah, 2 or 3. 3 on the third one. On the third one, we will hit below 11,000 as planned. Hell yeah. Woo! And then we'll only be on a 5-digit number for like a small part of Monday's stream. Wow, it's only Tuesday. I thought it was Monday for half a second. God, cognitive decline from lack of sleep. Holy crap. It is swinging so hard. Feels like a bag of hammers. Actually, no, a bag of hammers is really painful. It feels like a pile of pillows just descending on my brain and all kind of like trying to coax me to fall asleep. Actually, no, not pillows, blankets. Really nice, soft, cozy blankets. That is what is trying to lull me to sleep. Which doesn't help because I frequently warm up in cozy, soft blankets because those are the blankets that I feel the most comfort in. There are very rare instances where I actually use a proper comforter. It is the funniest and probably most annoying thing about me. There's probably more annoying things, but I think the comforter thing should be a solid winner for... What's the most annoying thing about Yellowfang 42? She doesn't sleep using a comforter. She sleeps using these soft blankets. But they're good. And I like when they're freshly washed. Oh, I love when they're, especially when they're freshly washed. Because they feel so soft. And so just warm. Especially when they come out of the dryer. Oh my god, they are so lovely when they're fresh out of the dryer. Oh, anything fresh out of the dryer is so nice, but blankets fresh out of the dryer, oh, that is the best thing in the entire world. The next best thing is when it's like cold outside and you get a warm blanket from the dryer. And a good old cup of hot cocoa. That, ooh, that hits the spot. A nice cozy cup of hot cocoa to cuddle up in. That's the stuff. I think this was the third turn. I think I miscalculated my math proportions. Mostly because I didn't get 80s across the board. Maybe. Because I'm pretty sure this is not that's not equal to 190 something. That's a hell of a battle. Woo! You know, there's one thing I used to eat a lot. There's two things actually. I kind of miss being able to properly enjoy peanut butter sandwiches. I don't know what it is, but I can't quite enjoy peanut butter like I used to anymore. I don't get it. I don't know why I don't enjoy it as much as I used to, but I don't enjoy it anymore, and it kind of makes me a little sad. Alright, let's hit that threshold. Below it, the 11,000, let's go! Woo! We hit our goal! And we're gonna do a victory lap because we have plenty of time for that, honestly. I'm going fast as hell. I am going as fast as the Enterprise fleeing from the Borg at first interaction. Not first contact. I still haven't seen first contact, and now I'm kind of scared too. Borg are scary. They're terrifying. Ew, chills. Alright, we hit our goal, but let's do a victory lap, because when we do our victory laps during the time allotment, you know what that means. It means we make more progress in the time that we have been given ourselves. So anything from here on out is just an added bonus. I love the fact that I'm able to pull 5,000 XP runs in a day, even with a break. Like I always say, the 4,000 XP is just the minimum. That's when I know, alright, I hit the average for a chaotic day where I get distracted by a ton of things. 4,000 and something is a pretty good metric. 5,000 is when I'm just on the ball. And then 6,000 is when I'm being an absolute freaking lunatic, or nearly 6,000. That's just when I'm being kind of a lunatic and wanting to knock things out of the park. Let's be real. Because every once in a while, you just want to knock things out of the park. You want to give it a good go. Sometimes you just got to give that last push, and it's totally worth it. Oh my gosh, it's so worth it. I saw a drone today. Not like a military drone, just one of those commercial drones, or maybe not a commercial drone, but like a private, you know, the little drone things that people like to fly around. And I kind of stared at it for a bit, like only for like half a second. I just spotted it because I heard it, and I'm like, sus. It's not the first time I've seen one of those little personal drones. Just the first time I saw one was like when I was down in Utah for a little bit. Son of a bitch, OBS. Sorry, it's obligatory. Oh hey, it actually acknowledged some dropped frames. Impressive. For once in its life, it acknowledges the lost frames. Finally! Thank you for being honest with me, OBS. I love you. Right, yeah, when I was down in Utah for a little while, I don't remember the exact context. I think we just happened to see somebody who was flying, like practice flying a drone off to the side, like in a little side road area. There were some nice folks around that place. They were really nice. I hope they're doing okay this year, and hope the river isn't flooding too bad, or at least it's easier to mitigate the damage. I know it ain't easy over there. At least the places where floods happen. I hope the fella who has the big ass claymore is having a fan-frickin-tastic week. That was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen, but I was too worried about whether or not I would have to deal with the damage of a car. I didn't even have to worry about the car getting damaged. I was just worried about it because I'm like, it's my responsibility, and everything that's my responsibility I have to deal with, and it's not fun if I get screwed over because of somebody else's actions, that sort of thing. There was a trade-off there. There was definitely a trade-off there. I'm thinking about the time in Utah. There was definitely a trade-off there. I gained a lot of issues with responsibility and stuff and getting a little bit too overwhelmed. But on the bright side, it cracked a bunch of things that needed cracking. So that was the extensive trade-off, and I just have to live with it. I have lived through all of it. Those are 4s, but I'm okay. Like I said, victory lap. Let's try to finish strong, though. Oh, that's very beautiful, thank you. And they immediately start doing a bunch of different things. Good job. Worst rhythmic gymnastics team I've ever seen. Oh my gosh. If this was like the 2000s era, like back when KH2 first came out, that would be such a sick idea for an animation, is a rhythmic gymnastics team that's literally just a bunch of dusks. It'd be so funny. Like, just have them at a competition with a bunch of, like, actual teams in the animation, and them all looking kind of curiously at the dusks but not saying anything, and one of the Organization 13 is the coach. I think that'd be hilarious. Oh my god. We're gonna break the 200 next session. That is wild. Look at the stark difference between that's now and then that's from the beginning of the stream. Holy crap. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to do the count. Hang on. We gotta do the count. Where's the count? 10,746. Let me get my calculator out. Boom. Alright, and then minus 10,746. Holy shit! I nailed it! I flattened it out. 5,500. Oh, I forgot to turn on the calculator. That might be helpful. 5,500, gang! Let's freaking go. That is awesome. Alright, let's save again for sanity's sake. It's gonna bug me that I did that backwards, but that's okay. I'm gonna save it again, just because I like that. Okay. Enough of my preference of where things are supposed to be. That is going to do it for the stream. I hope you all enjoyed. If you want to continue following this journey and also the Dream Drop Distance journey, you can hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to get notifications for when I go live on YouTube. You can hit the follow button on Twitch. You can also get notifications for when I go live from Twitch. I also have socials that you can follow me on. They are Twitter, Blue Sky, and Tumblr. They all have the same username as these two, at YellowFang42. Oh my goodness gracious, and I hope that you have an excellent rest of the morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Here's your end stream screen card. Y'all have a good one. Bye!